Jeff Saturday with us talking Texans. Dwayne Brown, the left tackle, ended his holdout. Jeff, what kind of impact can he have on the team moving forward after not being active for 6 weeks and all the time he's missed?
Yeah, listen, this is a
Saturday breaking it down for us.
Absolutely.
Coming off the bench isn't something D. Wade is used to, including the playoffs. He's played 1,090 NBA games and has only come off the bench 11 times. But this season has been a struggle for Wade as he's shooting just 3 for 14, 21% on shots outside the paint. Molly back to 3 so far this season. The challenges keep adding for the Gators on and off the field. Florida head coach Jim McElwain revealed at his press conference Monday that his family and his players have received death threats. Bulls are 0-2 to start the season. Only team in the NBA shooting under 40% so far. Insider Amin Al-Hassan with us. Amin, put your insider hat on. How would you start to fix this team?
Oof, tough question.
The NFL trade deadline is on Halloween this year. One guy that knows a lot about making trades is our Hall of Famer, Bill Polian. Bill, if a team needs to make a move, which team would you say is?
Philadelphia, because the reason
It needs a change of scenery.
well, you know, Brown and
We're going to keep following right here on ESPN. Bill Polian on the players who could have a new home come October 31st.
Sunday Night Baseball's Jessica Mendoza here to help us out with our World Series coverage. So first, one of the NLCS co-MVPs, Chris Taylor, goes deep.
Being able to get something that he can get on the inside pitches. This is for him to be able to get a pitch, a good pitch. I mean, Keuchel elevates, gets that cutter to run up and in. That's what you want.
And 3 runs, more than enough for Clayton Kershaw the way he was dealing.
Oh.
All right, so now game 2, the Astros have the luxury of
Team, and when you watch the starts that he's had this season, he's
they need those bats to wake up on the road. Couldn't do it against the Yankees, and now couldn't do it in game 1. All right, we'll talk again after game 2.
Yeah, I'll be here.
All right.
Big win tonight on ESPN. John Wall taking on Lonzo Ball and the Lakers. And of course, Papa Ball had something to say. It looks like free agent quarterback Colin Kaepernick could be close to signing a deal, not with the football team, but with a book publisher. Sources tell ESPN that Kaepernick has been shopping a story in recent weeks. There was a report Tuesday that Cap had already signed a deal with Random House, but sources tell ESPN that no deal is in place. For more on this, let's get it back. There's a new #1 in the ESPN NFL Power Rankings, and it is the Patriots. New England moved up from 3 after its win over the Falcons this past weekend. The Eagles stay at 2, while the Chiefs drop to 3. The Steelers remain at 4, and the Cowboys jump from 12 to 5. Pats host the Chargers on Sunday. Bill Belichick with high praise for the Bolts' Phillip Rivers and Joey Bosa. Browns rookie quarterback DeShone Kizer will make his second straight start Sunday against the Vikings. Kizer was benched in the second half of last week's game against the Titans. Herm Edwards with us. Coach, what do you hope to see from Kizer this time around?
Well, that he way down.
We'll see if they actually get their first win of the season this coming week. And Herm Edwards with the insight. Veteran defensive end Dwight Freeney has agreed to a deal with Seattle. Our analyst Herm Edwards is with us. Herm, what do you expect from the 37-year-old and the role that he may have with the Seahawks?
Well, when you think about Seattle, they rely on their defense.
Veteran Freeney averaged roughly 23 snaps per game in 2015 with Arizona and 28 last season with Atlanta. Herm Edwards with the insight. Former Buccaneers defensive end Simeon Rice wants to come back and play. Herm Edwards with us, Coach. He's 43 and he's actually serious about this. What do you think?
I got a better suggestion for him.
What?
He's a Super Bowl champ. Remember that. That's pass rush.
He's working out.
We all feel good. He's 43 years old right now. Last time he played. If you really want to help him, go in there and volunteer. Go be a volunteer coach. He has a lot.
Simeon, Coach Herm Edwards, keeping it real. Quarterback Cam Newton and the Panthers, who are averaging just 13 points per game since week 6. Not only is that near the bottom of the league, but they've also turned the ball over 6 times in the last 2 weeks. That's the most in the NFL. Last week, Cam declined speaking to the media. Yesterday, he did make it to the podium, but then this happened. 1000's David Kaplan reporting that Joe Girardi will not return as Yankees manager next season. Girardi has managed the Yankees for 10 seasons, made the playoffs in 6 of those, and won a World Series. Bryant's frustration is valid. The third-year wide receiver is making receptions on just 9% of his total routes run. That's the third lowest rate by any player this season. Only Marvin Jones and Jerron Brown have been lower. Let's get it back to first. Girardi will not return as Yankees manager next season. Girardi has managed the Yankees for 10 seasons, made the playoffs in 6 of those, and won a World Series title in 2009. The Yankees, of course, lost to the Astros in the ALCS this year. Girardi, whose contract with the team was up at the end of the season, released a statement this morning. Telvin Smith and the Jaguars agreed to a 4-year contract extension worth up to $50 million. Our front office insider Bill Pulliam with us. Bill, was this the right move by the Jags at this point?
Yeah, I think so. Telvin Smith is kind of a hybrid for them.
Bay, who do you like here?
You know, I like Carolina plus the 2.5 over Tampa Bay, and frankly, I think the wrong team's favored. Generally in a toss here.
All right, I'm going with you on that one. And what about the nightcap with Pittsburgh at Detroit? Who do you got in that one?
I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And
you have it. Phil Steele giving you the best bets for Week 8. To check out his take on every Week 8 NFL game, go to ChalkESPN.com's gambling section. Pelicans added 12-year veteran Josh Smith to the roster. Ryan Masilla with us. Last time Smith played in the NBA was April 2016 with the Rockets. What kind of impact do you think he's going to have on the Pelicans?
Minimal. This is somebody who's still only 31, which is actually...
There you have it. Ryan Masilla breaking it down with us. Matchup this Sunday between the Cowboys and Redskins. Both teams are each 3-3. The winner will be within distance of the first-place Eagles, while the loser will need to focus on the wild card. One of the big question marks for Washington is the health of their cornerback, Josh Norman, who's been nursing a rib injury. For more on this, let's get it back to First Take. For more on this, back to you, Molly.
Play by Carlos Santana.